Good afternoon. That was not the reception I was expecting, but I'll take it. Thank you. Good afternoon, and we're really happy to be in this space. We're very privileged to be here, not just in this space and in the facility, but to be doing what we're doing today. I think it's always a privilege to get away from the laptop, to get away from the desk, to do something different, to experience something different. No offense to laptops. But it is always a privilege to experience something together. And so I hope that you take this next 45 minutes as just kind of a dessert for the end of your week. Today, we get to experience some traditional Japanese music by Mr. Bruce Huebner on the Shakuhachi flute, and also Mr. Curtis Patterson on the Koto. So I'm excited to hear this. And I know they're excited to be here and to perform, not just for you, but with you. And what that means is that we're a good audience, and I think you know what it means during the music to be a good audience. We don't have to go through that. But then after, I think the thing that we could probably brush up on is how to clap well, right? So when you choose to clap, you're never the last one to clap, right? And that's usually the thing that we have to remind students, and it's always really awkward. Can we practice clapping? Ready, go. Right, so we had about 2 people over here kind of trail off. Okay, let's do it again. Ready, go. Right, and when you end, you stop. That's respectful. That's showing that you care about the performance that's going on. Okay? Thank you for being a good audience. Let's please enjoy this time as a privilege. And without further ado, I'll welcome our performers.
Good afternoon. Thank you. Thank you very much. On Koto, Mr. Curtis Patterson, and on Shakuhachi, I'm Bruce Huebner. And we have been in Japan a total of almost 100 years. I've been here 45 years, and Kurt has been here 40 years. So we're a little bit more, and the two of us together will be here 100 years. We love these instruments. The Japanese shakuhachi is a bamboo flute, and it's made of madake bamboo. And the koto is a zither. It's a board zither, and it's made of palawania wood. And we love these instruments. The next piece we're going to play, I'll tell you right away. The first piece we played, though, was a jazz piece by John Coltrane, the great saxophonist, and it was called After the Rain. After the Rain. Our next piece, you can see right now, Kurt is doing something to the koto. Can you see what he's doing? So the koto has movable bridges, and he's making the tuning right on stage, right before your eyes, of the next song we're going to play, which is a classical piece. We love these instruments for their variety, the kind of music you can do. We like to play traditional music, and we like to play jazz, and we like to play our original compositions. The next song we're going to do is called The Song of the Plovers. Plovers are little birds you see at the beach. They run up around on the sand, and they eat sand crabs. They're very cute birds. This is called The Song of the Plovers, and it was written in the middle of the 19th century.
Right. And the tuning is quite... The first piece we play, the tuning, you might be familiar if you're playing kind of Western jazz or pop music. That was more of a kind of a major scale or minor scale. But this scale is... So it sounds much more Japanese, kind of East Asian, this kind of sound. And it's a pentatonic scale with 5 notes, only 5 notes in this scale. This is a classical piece that we really enjoy. You listen for kind of the back and forth between the koto and the shakuhachi. It's kind of like you're playing ball. You're playing catch with somebody. You throw the ball, they throw it back at you. It's kind of a fun part. The piece starts out very slowly, and it builds in tempo, and then it slows down again at the end. And this is very common in this kind of classical music for the koto and shakuhachi.
there might have been some surprises for you in there, all kinds of new sounds. We really, when we first came to Japan, we were really excited about this music that sometimes people call old music. This was written in the 19th century, so it's almost 200 years old. But for us now, it feels very new. I think it might have sounded new to you too. So again, we take these instruments to be instruments. We love living in Japan, and we're very interested in all aspects of Japanese culture. But we really choose these instruments because we like to make music, and we do other things, like we actually compose music for our own repertoire. We make original songs, and Kurt wrote this next piece that we're going to play. It's called Sunday Afternoon. Sunday afternoon. Now, this coming Sunday afternoon, we're going to have the Christmas Bazaar, so we're going to be really busy, but usually on Sunday afternoon, we kind of chill. It's chill time. It's time to relax, and Kurt wrote this piece as sort of a relaxing piece.
Yeah, it's. I was just playing around with the tuning, and I was moving the bridges around, and that's one of the fun things about the koto is that you can tune it any way you like. You just move the bridges up and down until you find a sound that you like. And I was playing around one day, and I thought that's kind of nice, and then I just kind of. So I came up with this tuning, first of all, and I like it because I can just kind of play across the strings, strum across the strings, and it's kind of like a melody. And I kind of went from there, and then Bruce and I worked together, and we added the shakuhachi part, and we came up with this little arrangement for Sunday afternoon. We hope you like it.
Thank you. Sunday afternoon. So we'd like to do another original for you. And this one we wrote at our friend's house in Tohoku in Fukushima Prefecture up in the mountains. We go up there a lot to write music and enjoy nature and swim in the river. And these instruments are really easy to carry around. The shakuhachi I love because I can take it wherever I go. I can play it in the mountains. I like to play by a lake or by rivers or at the ocean. So it's very portable, and sometimes I'll play this instrument in the campground in America or in Australia or somewhere, and nobody ever complains. Everybody says, oh, it sounds so beautiful. It blends in with nature very well. So anyway, we were in Fukushima, and our friend has a dog named Hayate-kun. Hayate is a well-named dog. Hayate means like speedy, or I think it's the name of the Shinkansen that goes to Tohoku. It's called the Hayate. Anyway, Hayate is crazy running around. So we wrote this song. It's called Hayate's Jig. Jig. A jig is a kind of Celtic dance, and sometimes you hear it in traditional Celtic music, like Irish music. But this is a composition by two Americans in Fukushima about a Japanese dog called Hayate's Jig. And it opens with a beautiful sort of prayer. It's called Love is Lord of All. And we'd like to have our Shruti guest come out and play. Airi-san's going to play Shruti. This is a Shruti box. I put the lock on it. Yep, it's good. She's going to play this instrument for us. She just learned it today. This is her first time to play the instrument. So, perfect, yeah. Let's hear it. Can we hear a little bit of it? Yeah, she's just getting used to it. Now it's starting to ring. So this is an Indian instrument, South Asian Indian instrument called the Shruti box. It makes a drone, and we're going to use it in our song. And we hope you enjoy Hayate's Jig and Love is Lord of All. Thank you, Artie, for. Thank you. Arigato. Yeah. Thank you all. That was great rhythm. Yeah, that was great. Wow, 500 people all clapping is a lot of. It sounds great up here. Thank you. That was Hayate's jig. So let me tell you a little bit more about the shakuhachi. This instrument has its relatives, its great-grandfather, its uncles, its aunts in Asia, in East Asia. There's a similar flute in the Korean Peninsula and in China. And if you go all the way to the west, all the way to Persia and Iran, you find Iran or Iraq or North Africa, you find similar end-blown flutes. It's an end-blown flute. And this instrument was played by mendicant monks, monks who studied Buddhism, and they used this instrument to purify their meditation, to somehow clear their mind or calm themselves, some kind of healing sometimes. And so this instrument has a tradition that's rooted in sacred music as opposed to secular music. And I'm going to play a little bit of a piece from the sacred repertoire we call honkyoku. Honkyoku is like Nippon no hon, like the moto, the basic pieces. Kyoku is a piece. And the honkyoku, there are 36 pieces in the repertoire I play. And my teacher at Tokyo Geijutsu Daigaku, he was a great master, and his recording of the piece I'm going to play a little bit of for you is on the gold record. Have you ever heard of the gold record? You have? It's great. It's on, those of you who don't know, it's a record that's on the Voyager spacecraft that was sent deep into space in 1978. When I was 18 years old, it was sent into deep space, and now that spacecraft has been soaring away from the Earth, and now it's beyond our solar system. And in that spacecraft is the gold record. On the gold record, there's a bunch of music from Earth. There's a Tibetan chanting, there's shakuhachi music, Beethoven's Ninth, and Johnny B. Good, and Mozart's the Magic Flute, the Queen of the Night's aria. So this instrument is flying through space. My teacher's sound is flying through space. The name of the piece is Sokakurebo, which in English is the nesting cranes. So here we are again. We had the plovers, and now we have the cranes. So this is a piece about cranes. I'm just going to play a short bit of it for you so you can hear what the meditation music, sacred music of the shakuhachi sounds like.
So there's a lot of great ensemble music for Koto and Shakuhachi, and there's a lot of good music for like multiple Kotos. Sometimes it's like an orchestra. I used to teach at Yokohama International School just down the street, and we have a big Japanese music program there, and a lot of times we would do big pieces with lots of Kotos on stage. But there's also a lot of solo music for instrumental music for the Koto and for the Shakuhachi. Bruce just played a very traditional piece. I'm going to play a modern piece called Tori no Yoni, kind of free as a bird. So it was written in the early 1980s. It's by my teacher, whose name was Sawai Tadao. And he wrote a lot of music in the latter part of the 20th century, the late 1900s. And I think that when he was writing this, he was thinking about how wonderful it would be to be able to fly in the sky. You know, we're as humans, we're stuck here on Earth, we're stuck here on the ground. But if we were able to fly through the sky freely, what a wonderful thing that would be. And I think he was thinking about that as he wrote this. This is like free as a bird.
Wow. Isn't that beautiful? I've heard him play this maybe 300 times, and I still never get tired of hearing it. Today was particularly beautiful, I thought. Like a bird, as free as a bird. I like that title.
I like it too.
Yeah. You saw any different techniques he was using. Like, he's got these picks on his hand, but he's also using the fingertips. And he even was slapping the koto at one point, weren't you? Like banging on the koto.
Someone has a question right there.
Yeah. Oh, good. Just a second. Right now, yeah, we're going to play our last piece. But before we play our last piece, why don't we do the questions now?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect timing. Yes.
When I noticed that he presses his fingers down on like the strings, does it hurt or something like that?
Does it hurt when he presses the strings on the strings? Yes, it does, doesn't it, Kurt?
In the beginning, it does kind of hurt because these strings are very tight. They're very tight, and you have to press quite hard. But you know what? Your skin, the skin on your fingers, the more you, if you're a guitar player, you'll notice that, and you play with your fingertips, you'll notice that the skin on your finger gets thicker and thicker the more you do it. So the skin on my fingers is quite tough, so I don't have to, it doesn't hurt anymore. But in the beginning, it does a little bit, yeah.
Good question,
Another
yeah,
question
good
right there.
question, yeah. Yeah, I can't see folks in the back. Yes.
When you pinch, like without your fingertips, does it hurt?
When I pinch without, when I'm pressing down over here. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, it's the same thing. If the skin gets thicker, it doesn't really hurt so much. But yeah, we play with. There's 3 picks: a pick on your thumb and your first your fingers here. Play with those fingers, and then I
Any
play
question?
with. There's another one right here in front.
Let me just get a question from the back. Is there anybody in the back has a question? Really good questions. Yes, there's on the left in the back there. Yeah. Perfect. Maybe we can get the house turned up.
If there are many types of flutes,
Good question. Yeah.
do they sound the same for you?
Very good question. So, yes, I forgot to tell you, this flute has many different sizes. He asked, is there different kinds of flutes? They're all basically the same. They're made out of bamboo, and this is the root section of the bamboo. And they're all made like this. They have 7 nodes of bamboo, and then they cut the embouchure hole. And watch this. And so the person who makes this, he uses lacquer and he uses very high precision, and this is 1.8 Japanese feet, Shakuhachi. So that gives you the D flute. So the shakuhachi, the name shakuhachi comes from Shakuhachi. And today I just brought 2 flutes, but I have 12 different sizes. So if you put them all in a row, it looks like a pipe organ. Each one is a half step bigger. Today I brought this other one. When I played on Love is Lord of All, I played this one. But if you look at it, it has 7 nodes. It has the same construction, but it's like the little brother, and it has a higher pitch. Today I didn't bring my long ones. Maybe someday I'll show you I have a really long one. And what do you think about the long one? Would the pitch be higher or lower? Lower, exactly. Yeah, so thank you. Good question. We can take another couple questions. We got time. Anybody else? These are really good questions. Wait, I want to make sure I get some from the high school kids. The high school kids are the ones who are shy. Okay. How about you in front? Yes. Thanks, Mighty. The red sweater.
He missed it. I know, but we can.
Right here. Oh,
Just have it shout it out.
yeah.
Can I? So, what inspired you to, I'm assuming you're not, grew up around these kind of instruments, but,
Yeah.
what made you really want to?
Oh, yeah, we each have our starting story. Do you want to start, Kurt, or should I start?
I grew up in Chicago, in the Chicago area, and I went to college in a little college in Iowa called Cornell College, and it just so happened that there was a Koto ensemble there. I played the piano, and I liked playing the piano. The piano, though, all the strings are inside of a box, and you can't actually touch them. So when I started playing the Koto, it was really exciting for me because I was able to actually touch and create and pull. You can pull on the strings, you can push on the strings to change the sound. So that was very exciting for me. That's how I started, and that one thing led to the next, and now I've been here for 40 years.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? So I was a music major at Cal State Northridge, California State University Northridge in Los Angeles. I was playing saxophone and flute, and I was playing jazz and classical flute, and and classical and jazz saxophone. I heard this instrument on the radio, and I thought, wow, that's a flute that sounds so warm and beautiful. And then I saw a guy playing it at the LA County Art Museum. I saw somebody wearing kimono with koto and shamisen. And I was like, oh, I would really like to try that someday. Likewise, this instrument the construction is very different from the Western flute. There's no key mechanism. The Western flute has 17 holes. It has springs and keys and pads and trill keys and all kinds of machinery all over the tube. Look at this. There's only 5 finger holes. I have an extra one here for my jazz playing, but 5 finger holes. So interesting. How can you make so many sounds with only 5 finger holes? And again, like the koto, you can touch the sound with your fingers. You can feel the flute vibrating, and it's very, very sensitive. So for me as a flute player, it was very attractive. When I came to Japan, I was able to study, and then I gradually graduated from flute and saxophone. I don't play flute and saxophone anymore. In fact, I haven't played flute and saxophone for 10 years, and this last 2 weeks I've been playing flute again, so it's kind of strange. Anyway, does that answer your question a little bit? Thank you. Really good question. So I think we have time for, we're getting close, so I think we better call it, and if we have a little time at the end, she's been trying, so. She's been so patient, so better be a good question now.
How long did it take you to master each of your instruments?
Good question. How long did it take to master? Well, I would never presume to say that I've mastered. I'm still studying every day. I know that sounds kind of corny to say, but it's really true. But I think to be a performer, it took me about 20 years before I felt like I was worth my salt, so to speak.
I think that the shakuhachi, it's quite difficult to make a sound with the shakuhachi in the very beginning because the mouthpiece, the mouth hole is so big.
It's really big. And
much bigger than a regular flute. Now the koto is much simpler because once you get the koto tuned, you just have to hit the right string and then you can play a piece. And the music for the koto is written with numbers, so when it says 1, you play 1. When it says 13, you play 13. I think maybe working with the koto depends on how much you practice, but you should be able to play a piece on the koto in a couple of in a year or two, and then if you work with the koto maybe for 10 years, I think you can perform on stage pretty regularly.
Really great questions, everybody. We should move on because we've got to finish at 3:20. We're going to turn into pumpkins. So we're going to play our last piece for you. This is called Emu. Emu. E is a picture, and mu is a dream. Picture, dream. We hope you like it. Thank you so much. I've really enjoyed teaching here the last 3 weeks. And I'm sorry to say next week I will be finished, but I hope I made many good friends and met you all and it was really enjoyable. So I hope you enjoy our last piece. Thank you so much, everybody at St. Mao, for having us. Curtis Patterson on the koto.
Thank you.
Bruce Huebner, Shakuhachi. And we're going to play Emu for you.
Thank you so much for being a great audience today. We'd love to thank them for coming again, Mr. Huebner and Mr. Patterson. Thank you for being a great audience. We need to thank Mr. Daugherty for putting this in motion months ago and finding Mr. Huebner as a perfect fit for us as our IB teacher and extraordinaire music teacher these past couple weeks. We're going to miss him. And I'd like to thank Mr. Gowrie and Sakyun for really helping us doing the sound and lighting and getting through the technical difficulties with the live stream today. So thank you so much. Thank you very much. One more round of applause for our artists today. And we'll see you at Christmas Bazaar. Mr. Jones, is there a way we'd like to dismiss orderly today?